SQLite is perhaps the easiest database to use. In this video, we show a simple example, creating a table, putting data in it, and then using a range of SQL statements. Stay to the end for both practice exercises and a bonus section of example exercises using our database project, so you can see the code in the solutions. We start off with some very simple data. We can put that in a table and we need to add an ID number, like a primary key that's unique, something like 123. So you can see that's a very simple table, and then we use the SQL create table to create that table. Now in SQLite we start off by creating a new database. So this is empty at the start, and we're just going to use the SQL window and put our SQL inside that to first of all create the table. So let's put our code in, create table. We have the ID, the item and the price. At the bottom it tells us if it's successful or if there's any errors. So that looks okay. We've created the table okay. Now let's insert the data. So we're going to copy and paste our insert into SQL statements. So you can see when we run that, they put the data in. So we've used insert into table name and then the values. To check to see if our data's inside the table okay, we're going to select all from food items using the asterisk to say select all. And you can see here we've got our very small table with our test data inside. In SQL, to see data, we use the select statement. And to simplify this, we start off with the word select, and then we choose which columns we want to see. We then use the word from, and then enter the tables that we want to use. And then finally, we have a where clause. So we use the word where, and then we decide which rows we're going to select. So for example, we might use greater than or less than. So these select the rows using some condition. So let's check our SQL Select statements. We're going to start off using the where clause. So we're going to look where the price is greater than 20. If we run that, you can see the items with a price greater than 20. Now, what about ordering by price? Simple. We just use order by price. We run that query, and there we go. We have the items ordered by price. The where clause goes before order by. So if we want to put the prices over 20, we put the where price greater than 20 first before the order by. So when we run that, actually it's easier to see if we put all of them on different lines. So we can run that and you can see the output. Let's look at aggregate queries. We can have sum, minimum, max and average. So let's start off with our select and from, and instead of selecting all, we want to look at the total price. So we put sum with price in brackets. So we run that and you can see the total price of our items. So we don't need to just use sum, we can give an alias a name. So you can see the table at the top, it says total. So we give it a new name. So what about average? We can use AVG for average. If we run that, you can see the average price. We don't really want to call that total, so we give a new name of average and run it. You can see the title at the top. Minimum, we'll give the smallest price. Let's call that small. And you probably imagine max will give us the top price. So let's call that big. And you can see the table, the column heading has big under, and the amount is 100. Now we can also use like. So when we use the where clause, we can use equal or greater than or less than. But what happens if we're not quite sure? So let's have a look. Here we've got everything from the food items table. And now we're going to use where, and then we've got the item, and we want to find something with rice inside. But if we put if item equals rice, it's not going to find anything because that's not an item. So we need like, but that still doesn't find it. So we need to use a wildcard. So anything before, anything after rice. And we run that and it finds our chicken rice. So we've used like and we've used the percentage sign as a wildcard. We can use the percentage sign also. So let's say we want to find something beginning with C. There we find our chicken rice. We've got the letter C and then the percentage sign. Now let's put that in the order of the price. Spell that correctly, order by price. We run that. Well, there's only one item anyway, but that's what we want to do if we can do order by. So let's have a look. When we order by price, let's use items like, let's beginning with, or let's say has pie inside. So if we run that, you'll see we can find our apple pie. So we run that and there we go. Don't forget the double quotes. Okay, what about some arithmetic? We want to see our prices with a 10% increase. So let's select the prices from the food items. So we want to select item and the price. And let's have a look. So here we have our items and price in order. Let's put them in most expensive first, so we can use order by descending. Now we can have price multiplied by 1.1 to see a 10% increase. Let's use an alias of increase. When we run that, here's our SQL. You can see with our increase of 10%. Well, unfortunately, the video could end up over 20 minutes. So we're going to split the video up and stop here for now. And then we're going to continue very shortly. If you've learned anything from this video, then please give us a like. It will really help the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell, and then you'll know when part B is going to be released.